All right, gamers, it's been a busy few weeks since launch, and let me tell you, so far, I'm really enjoying the War Within. I'm having fun exploring the new zones, farming all the rares, and doing these early expansion battlegrounds. But now, it's time to gear up. With Heroic Raid coming next Tuesday, I want to take you guys with me as I gear up 3 characters for my raid team's heroic splits. The goal would be to get as close to 590 as I can on all 3 characters. But first, we need to go ahead and complete all of our weeklies, that way we can get as many crests as we can out of these reputations. For the big reputation weekly, we need to complete the Priority of the Flame dungeon, and that will give us 1500 rep with any reputation that we choose. There we go, that is complete. Let's go ahead and turn this in and get our 1500 Hallowfall reputation. That is perfect. We are almost up to 11 with Hallowfall. Now let's go ahead and do our weeklies in the Ringing Deeps. I went ahead and picked up the Wax Gathering weekly as well as the Machine Wave weekly. Let's go ahead and do the Machine Waves right now. There we go. So far, I've liked all of these weeklies and the world quests. They're pretty refreshing. They're different than what we were used to in Dragonflight. I really like the expansion so far. I love going out and grouping with my guild and finding rares to kill in the open world. There's a ton of new rare mounts out there that I can't wait to grind up. It's been a very, very enjoyable experience and has made me want to play my alts more than I've ever wanted to, because I don't feel like I'm wasting time playing my alts. If I want to go do the world quests, I can, and I'll still get reputation, and it's not like I have to go log in after this to my main and do those same world quests to get that reputation. And this is the final wave. This is pretty easy. Doesn't really take much time either. Now we can get teleported out and turn this quest in. Let's go ahead and open all of our boxes. Got some more crests, some more reputation. Also, this week, make sure that you guys are getting the Dark Moon Fair reputation buff. I know 10% doesn't seem like that much. It definitely helps out. There we go. We can turn this in. Hopefully get some more crests. Oh, and we got lucky. We got a two-handed mace recipe that apparently is worth like 50k. Well, that's kind of cool. Now let's move on and do our weekly in Hallowfall. There we go. Defenders of the Flame is picked up. There's also a quest around here that you're supposed to do 4 of these Lesser Flames. So let's go ahead and do that one as well. So I went ahead and completed the big weekly quests up here in the Spreading the Light event, and we're pretty much sitting almost halfway to rank 12 with Hallowfall. I'll probably just farm up the rares and do all this later. Now it's time to do the big weeklies in Azj-kahet. There we go. This is the big Spider weekly. Oh, and I have some of this other stuff that I can claim here, and we got 15 more crests. Perfect. All right, so for the Spider weekly, we're about 40% done, but I think we have enough crests to max out this character at 590. From what I remember, I know I can still get some more crests from the Hallowfall reputation vendor as well as the Ringing Deeps reputation vendor, and that should give me enough to be able to do all the things I want to do with this character. This is the renowned vendor in Isle of Dorn. Let's go ahead and get our free 15 crests. Now it's time to hit up the Ringing Deeps. All right, we just got everything from the Ringing Deeps. Now it's time to fly all the way to Hallowfall and pick up the crests that we have there. Okay, so it looks like I already claimed the ones that were here. Now it's time to go back to the Isle of Dorn. Okay, so I went ahead and did some math. I think the plan is going to be to upgrade all of these reputation pieces to item level 600 and then craft as many pieces as I can to 590. And we should get pretty close to the 590 item level I'm going after. So let's go ahead and get this helmet and take it all the way up to 600. There we go. And that put us at 585 item level. Now let's go ahead and put the chest piece to 600 as well. That put us at 586. And in order to get our shoulders all the way up to 600, we're going to need to farm up some more crests. I have to run 9 heroic dungeons in order to cap out on crests for the week. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick and come back, and then we can finally upgrade the rest of our gear on my main. After an hour or so of just doing world content and running a few heroic dungeons, I went ahead and capped out on these Weather Harbinger crests. Let's go ahead and upgrade the shoulder pads to item level 600. There we go. And that leaves us with 60 of these weathered crests, which should be enough to craft 2 more pieces. I think I'm probably going to craft the legs and the boots. Okay, so time to fire up the crafting orders. We just got our crests, and now we just need to look up the 2 items that we need to craft. So we need the boots. Go ahead and track that recipe. And then we also need the legs. Now I need to go purchase the materials and we can send this out and get them crafted. We ended up getting the 2 pieces crafted. Unfortunately, they're only 4-star, but I'll be able to recraft these later. Let's go ahead and equip these. And that puts us at 588 item level, which is pretty close to my goal of having 590. And I'm pretty sure once I recraft these, I will be at least 589. And then I guess the only thing that's missing is my trinket. I'm going to go ahead and enchant this real quick. And we should be done with this character for raid. I went ahead and bought all of the enchants. There we go. Let's put the leech on the wrists. Let's get the better chest enchant. Get the boots. And we should get the legs next. And you know what? I'm just going to use the rest of my crests to get to 590. I thought about it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to use these crests on anyways. So let's just blow these for the sake of getting to 590. And that took us to 589.4. How can I get more item level? I looked at all the options and there's probably not a way for me to get to 590 without recrafting the legs and the boots. I'll probably end up just recrafting it after I work on the other 2 characters, but this is pretty good. I mean, we are sitting at 589.4 item level. Now we need to work on our second character, and I thought about it. I'm probably not going to invest as much money into my 2 other alts. I'll still try to get them as close to 590 as I can, but I'm definitely not going to go this extreme with all of the crafts and the spending. So this is my second monk. This is Azeroth 2. We currently have a bunch of greens and blues from just heroic dungeons. So we need to get this guy up to at least 585. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to run through and pick up all of the easy reputation gear. We already have the 584 helmet from the Isle of Dorn. Now we need to fly down to the Ringing Deeps and purchase the shoulders from there. Let's talk to the renowned vendor, get some more crests, and oh, okay. Well, I'm mistaken. This is where you get the helmet, it looks like. Since we're already down here, let's go ahead and grab the Hollowfell vendor and pick up that item. Yeah, this is the Hollowfell Arathi Quartermaster. Let's go ahead and claim all of our crests. Again, this is super awesome, super alt-friendly. So this is where we can get the chest piece, but as you can see, we're a little bit short on these resonance crystals. That's okay, because we can just transfer some from our main. So let's go ahead and just transfer 5,000 over, and that should be enough to buy the 2 pieces that we need. And this is the chest piece. And now we need a Hearthstone back to the Isle of Dorn and purchase the shoulder pads from the Dornigal reputation vendor. We got some more free crests. Let's go ahead and purchase the shoulders. And there we go. And we ended up getting about 3 more item levels from just getting the renowned pieces. So now it's time to get a bunch of crafted pieces. We are currently sitting at 270 weathered Harbinger crests. That should be enough to craft all the pieces that I want. So let's get to crafting. We actually turned out to be 30 crests short of what I need to craft all my pieces. So now I'm flying through the Ringing Deeps and collecting these, I guess, Azerite orbs. This is actually one of the best ways to get these weathered Harbinger crests. I originally thought that it was doing heroic dungeons. If you just fly around for maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, you actually end up getting quite a bit of these crests. And that just capped us out on our weathered Harbinger crests. Now it's time to turn all of these into the craftable crest in order to start crafting the pieces that we need. Now it's time to put up 10 orders of these weathered Harbinger crests. I really wish there was a way to just make multiple orders at the same time. I feel like this is a very niche problem. I'm pretty sure that was 10. Yes, that is correct. Cool. Now to let the guildies know so I can get this crafted. And we got some pieces crafted. Let's go ahead and claim these. So we got both of our 590 weapons done. There we go. And we got the 590 wrists as well. That puts us at 575 item level. We still need to craft a couple more pieces. And I'm working on this slowly because it takes a little bit of time to find someone that can craft these. Okay, cool. So time to craft the rest of the pieces. And we got some more stuff in the mail. So we got the cloak and both of the rings, and we also got the necklace, which puts us at 579 item level. We just need 4 more pieces and we should be solid. We got 3 more orders completed. That's the boots, the legs, and the gloves, which puts us at 584 item level. You know what? I'm just going to use the crest to make 1 more weathered crest and craft the belt as well. And the last crafted piece should be right here in the mailbox, and this is the 590 belt. There we go. and we are officially 586 on the second Windwalker monk. I went ahead and bought all of these enchants as well. Let's go ahead and get enchanted up. And we have everything fully enchanted. Now we just need to get the sockets real quick. We can claim these out of the mailbox, and time to equip all of them. There we go. Just the 2 rings. And that's it. Cool. This character is 586, fully enchanted and socketed, and we're ready for raid. Now we just have one more character we need to get to be raid ready, and that is going to be my Evoker. So this expansion, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to play a Pres Evoker as an alt and try to do some PvP and some Mythic Plus with it. This is going to be a steep learning curve. This is going to be the final character that I want to have geared up for Heroic Raid, and it's my Preservation Evoker called Exofargon. Currently, he is sitting at 526 item level, and we need to get that up to at least 585. So the first few steps of gearing this character is we're going to be claiming our free renown gear. So let me just go ahead and easily transfer all of these resonance crystals from my other characters. That way I don't have to grind these up. There we go. And then we can also transfer everything from Axofa 2. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and start purchasing some of these pieces. We'll start with the one up here in the Isle of Dorn. And something that I completely forgot about, we can claim all of these Valor Stones and these crests for free. This Warband reputation thing is absolutely bonkers. I love it. Let's go ahead and purchase the 584 shoulder pads. Now we need to go to the Ring Deeps and get the next renown item. Here is the renown vendor. Let's go ahead and purchase the 584 helmet. Let's go ahead and claim all of our free rewards. So in order to buy the chest piece, we need a total of 2,600 of these resonance crystals, and we are currently sitting at 1309. So we do need to grind up some of these crystals, and the way that we can do that, we can start working on some of these key flames over here. These should be able to hit us the amount of resonance crystals that we need in order to get to 2,600. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this, as well as just flying through this area and picking up those Azurite orbs for the free crests. And I'll also try to queue into some heroics. That way we can speed up the crest gathering process. It looks like we got a full stack of guildies to run some heroics. I figured I can always work on the crystals later. This is a good chance to grind out some dungeons, maybe get a little bit of gear, and of course get those sweet crests at the end. So I haven't healed in dungeons or in anything really since like 2007 in this game. So this should be very interesting. I looked up a couple of things that you're supposed to kind of do, which is kind of spamming echoes and whatever this ability is, reversion on the tank at least. And that's usually pretty good for them. And then maybe like some of these other long casting abilities. So hopefully I can keep the group alive and not let my friends die. Otherwise, they're not going to let me heal ever again. Something else that I probably need to work on is making sure that I actually heal myself, and that way I don't die to this dot right now. Boy, that dot hurts. I also don't have much health. That's probably another reason why I'm getting kind of blasted here. This is going to be a very interesting challenge for me in order to play as a healer. Maybe I understand what the healers that I play with go through, and I forget to pop a defensive. I also at some point need to set up some better bars, but this weekend I'll probably end up making a video on my Windwalker monks UI for the raid, as well as my Preservation Evoker. I'm actually really hyped to be able to heal on this character in raid. Hopefully I don't get benched immediately after I let everyone die in the first boss. There we go. We got the first heroic done, and we only lost a few people. We got a 571 ring, which is a huge upgrade. I was going to wait until I got all of the renown pieces before I equip them for like a big item level bump, but I think I need all the help I can get in these dungeons. So I'm going to go ahead and equip all of this. That's going to put us at 539 item level, which is a huge item level increase, especially with the ring and the renown gear. So let's go ahead and queue up some more heroic dungeons and keep farming these crests. There we go. We got some more loot after killing this boss right here, and that gives us a 571 necklace, which takes us up to 542. Another dungeon completed, and we actually got a rare recipe which sells for 15k. That's gonna help us pay for gearing up this character. All right, we killed the first boss inside of the rookery, and we ended up getting the 571 staff, which we're gonna equip ASAP. That puts us up to 549. We actually got very lucky in this dungeon. We got 2 pieces, and we got the other 571 ring, which puts us up to 552. With this heroic complete, we got the 571 chest piece. That puts us up to 553. All right, gamers, after running a few heroic dungeons and flying around in Hollowfall and collecting those Azurite orbs, I finally have enough Weathered Harbinger crests to start crafting my gear, and I also have enough resonance crystals in order to purchase the renown item. So let's go ahead and pick this up, and this puts us at 556 item level. Now it's time to Hearthstone back and start crafting. There we go. I just bought all of the materials that we need to craft 10 crests, and boy oh boy is this expensive. This is like 40k just for the crests. There we go. All 10 crests are placed, and now we just have to wait for those to get crafted before we can start crafting our gear. Look at all these orders getting filled by the guild. I really do enjoy the early expansion crafting. I think it's a ton of fun. There we go. All 10 crests are now complete. Now it's time to start crafting all of the pieces. So we just crafted our rings and amulet. Let's go ahead and equip these. And this puts us at 560 item level. Now it's time to start crafting the mail pieces. And that was the cloak crafted. So that should be every single piece that I need. Let's go ahead and claim the mailbox. There we go. And time to equip all this. And with this weapon, we should be at 585. I went ahead and bought all of the enchants. So let's go ahead and get enchanted up. I did forget to get these sockets again. So let's go ahead and buy those real quick. And this character should be done. I still haven't gotten used to the new city. I keep flying into the wrong places. This is the auction house. And we need Deadly Onyx because that gives us crit and mastery. So I don't know how much haste and verse I'm supposed to have. So I'm sure these stats are kind of bricked. We're just gonna have to run with it for now. Put this in here, put this in here, and we just need to put this into the necklace. And there we go. We're officially done with our third character for Heroic Raid. I'm actually the most excited about this one. Since I haven't healed in close to 20 years, I can't wait to test drive this character and to hopefully top those healing meters. So I will keep you guys updated. And before I end this video, we need to go back to our main character and go ahead and recraft those pieces so that way we can hit 590 item level. So I managed to recraft both the boots and the legs, and I went ahead and put my other best trinket that I could find in my bags at 580. That puts us at 590.1 item level, which if I check on WoW Progress, that is the number 30 geared monk in the West, 15 in the US, and number 3 on my realm. I actually think that's really, really cool. I'm really happy I was able to get my main to 590 and my 2 alts to 585. And a lot of it has to do with the way that the War Within treats alts and the gearing process in this expansion. Normally, I would only have 2 characters and I would dread leveling up my second character and gearing it out. But this expansion, I mean, it takes about 2-3 hours to get someone from 70 to 80 if you pug. I'm sure if you have a coordinated group, you can probably get that timer like close to 2 hours or something. And the gearing is also super, super easy. The crests are not hard to get. The crafts are also really easy to obtain. It is kind of expensive, and I mean, you really don't have to have crafted pieces in all of your slots. But if you wanted to, if you have a max level character, tomorrow you could wake up and get a character fully geared and ready for Heroic Raid in like 5 or 6 hours. So that is amazing. If you are someone that only plays one character and have always wanted to have alts, but the idea of having to run the dungeons again and work on the reputations again has always stopped you, I'm telling you, now is the chance to make alts and go out and play what you've always wanted to play, or go out and try what you've always wanted to try. But on that note, thank you for watching. I will be putting out more of the War Within content with raids and other things that I've been discovering or picking up, or things that I think will just be helpful for a lot of people. So if you like this content, feel free to like and subscribe.